Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. First off, I just want to say happy Pride Month. It is Pride. We are here and it is a good time. I have a couple of videos planned this month that I want to post for Pride, obviously, of course, but today, this is a little like two-parter. I have an idea, and I wanted to draw my favorite murder husbands. So today we are doing some Interview with a Vampire stuff because all that has been on my mind since Interview with a Vampire season 2 came out has been Interview with a Vampire. The brain rot is freaking real. It's literally all I think about. Like, I go to sleep thinking about Interview with a Vampire and I wake up thinking about it, and it's literally consumed me. I don't know how many people are also watching it. I would highly recommend it if you haven't. I'm obsessed with it and it is so good. And yeah, I really wanted to do Louis and Lestat from Interview with the Vampire, and this was an interesting process, this whole process, because I'm not joking. I'm very, obviously, as we can see, I'm doing digital art, which I have not done a lot of on this channel, and I really want to do more digital art, honestly, in general. But I want to post more digital art because I don't think I do enough. And I'm very, like, I don't know, I've had Procreate now for a year, and it's the very first ever digital art program I've ever used and ever had. And Procreate, by the way, I think is amazing. I think it's great for beginners because it's very easy and simple to use. I'm just bad though, and I feel like I haven't utilized it enough. I feel like I haven't been using it enough, and it is very much an adjustment though from like traditional art, which I've been doing for my entire life. You know, it's an adjustment, and even just like drawing, you know, on like a tablet screen is very different from like traditional. And you have to get used to that, especially with like sketching and stuff. So that has been a very interesting process that I have had to learn over time, that I am still trying to figure out and get better at. But I do feel like, I'm not joking when I say I think this is my favorite digital art thing I've ever made. Honestly, this is one of my favorite things I've made like in a while. I've been kind of going through a little bit of like a rut recently with my art, and Interview with a Vampire, funnily enough, has actually been one of the things that has got me out of it, because I've just been so inspired, and all I've been wanting to draw has been Interview with a Vampire stuff, and it's actually like kind of helped me get out of like art block, and it's been really inspiring me lately, which is good. But this drawing in particular, I don't know, it was a really good learning process for me, and this was a really good piece of art, I think, and it's really inspired me to want to do more artwork digitally, because again, this took me a really long time to make. Like, this took me a couple of days, I'm not gonna lie, which it shouldn't have, because it's a very simple drawing. But like the pose, first of all, I referenced from Pinterest. There was another, I saw like a couple posing like this on Pinterest, and I really like the pose, so I referenced that from that itself. But the pose, I actually had a really easy time with sketching out. I remember though, drawing Lestat's face, I really struggled with Lestat's face because the angle of it was very specific, and it's one of those angles that I'm not used to drawing, so I had to really figure that out. And also just drawing like a pair, like couples together, is kind of hard, or like drawing more than one person together, because the way that bodies move together and fit together is like weird, and I had to figure that out. But I am like really happy with this pose and the way that it turned out, and I really like it too, because the bodies almost form into like a heart, which I think is really cute. And also, more of like the reasoning behind this, and like my idea behind it was because again, I want this. I have another video planned next week too for my other favorite murder husband couple, which I'm sure some people can figure out. But I have a really weird obsession with like the gothic romance and horror, and I don't know. I love whenever like love and stuff is like really dark and messed up and toxic. I don't know what that says about me. Yeah, because like I will say, like, warning for anyone that isn't aware of Interview with the Vampire, but it's not like a sunshine rosy relationship. Okay, I'm just warning people now if you are interested in the show. But I don't know. I love it's such a complicated dynamic, and I love it. So I really wanted to capture like the lovingness of it, but also the really dark elements of it too, which I'll show later on. But yeah, in this first image, the coloring and stuff, I really wanted to use a lot of very warm tones. Also because I've always been very drawn to the more warm colors and warm tones in art and stuff. I prefer that to more cold stuff. It's always been my favorite. And so that was a really fun process. And another big thing that I've been trying to learn with digital art is like shading, and I have to like literally make my own color palette, which I guess makes sense. I don't know why I'm acting like that's new. That I feel like I always do that, but I have to have it like all over. That's why like my canvas is a mess, because there's like color palette all over and everything. But yeah, the coloring, and I based both of their outfits off of ones that they were in the show that I really like, that look really good together. And also just like the facial expressions too and stuff. I'm really happy with how they turned out. And I think they look really cute. I am like, especially like, I don't know, I feel like my style shifted a little bit on this piece. Which is interesting too, like the way that the eyes ended up turning out. I feel like the style is a little bit different from what I normally do, but I actually really like it. And I also, with like the shading, I used a lot more harsh edges, which I actually really, really like how that turned out. And I kind of want to incorporate more harsh edges with my shading, because I don't know, I like how it looks. It's like weirdly satisfying to me. I don't know. It's fun to do though. And another big thing that I really struggle with when it comes to digital art is, I feel like I talk about freaking line art in like every one of my videos, but line art is like, I think, very important to me, and I feel like line art isn't really talked a lot within the art, like in art communities and stuff. I don't know, maybe that's just me. I just feel like that people don't talk about line art enough, and I truly do believe that like line art can make or break a drawing. Again, this is just my opinion. And I'm always like obsessed with making line art look soft, and I like it when it kind of blends in. I don't really like super harsh line art personally. And I like a lot of variation in my line art. And this was another piece where I kind of learned to do that, because usually when I make my digital stuff, it's just, I usually have like lineless line art. But I kind of wanted to try to incorporate new ways. And I finally realized a way that I incorporated it here where I was happy with it. And I think that's also one of the biggest reasons why I'm so proud of this drawing, because I finally figured out how to do that in a way that I'm happy with and satisfied with. And it also isn't a stark contrast to the rest of the drawing, because I just don't like how black line art looks on stuff like this, especially whenever I'm trying to make it look so warm. So I incorporated a lot more browns and more tan beige colors for it, which was a lot of fun. I will say too, this would definitely most likely not be the last piece of Enter the Vampire stuff I make. I kind of want to do another, like, I think it'd be fun if with my digital art I kind of start making like more sketchbook type content with it, but with digital stuff, because I want to sketch more with digital art too, because I feel like whenever I'm doing digital stuff, I feel like it always has to be completely finished stuff, which I don't know why my brain thinks that way, but I don't think that's necessary. I want to incorporate more sketching stuff, so I might do like a little spread, digital spread of Interview with the Vampire stuff. That'll probably be a video later on, probably for a while though, because I have a lot more Pride stuff I want to do after this. This was so fun, by the way, adding the stripes. I'm obsessed with adding like stripes and stuff in line art, and this is like so satisfying. I'm having the time of my life right now. This is like my favorite thing. I also really like, because again, I wanted to use all warm colors, so like the blue and the green, which both Lestat and Louis, they both have, because they're vampires, you know, their eyes are very specific colors, and so I really wanted to incorporate those cooler colors that both their eyes are, and so I'm really happy with those colors too, because they look more like earthy, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm really happy also with this hand, by the way, Lestat's hand right there. I'm really happy with it. It's like the classic princess hand, because he is a princess. Look at him go. I don't know, the way that it ended up turning out and the shading of it, I'm really proud of actually. And yeah, I don't know, I learned, I feel like, so much from this drawing alone. I feel like finally, I feel like I've been battling digital art so much, and I've been like fighting against it, and I feel like I finally, like, I don't know, something clicked in my brain finally, and I feel like I understand it better, and I'm so happy. And it just makes me want to do more of it now, so that's very exciting for me, and I hope people I don't know, are interesting. Also, I'm very proud also of Louis' thumb. The hand that's grabbing, well, I guess both of his hands are grabbing Lestat's waist, but the one where you can see his full arm, that hand, that thumb, I'm very proud of. I like how that turned out. Lestat's other hand I didn't try as hard with, but you know, I feel like we've been through this again with like every one of my videos. Hands, love them, I hate. I have a love-hate relationship with them. I'm also Lestat's face again. His face was difficult for me. I could, and then both of their eyes I like redrew 20 times, and I actually ended up turning down the opacity on their eyes a lot because their eyes were just like, they were standing out way too much against the rest of the drawing, so I wanted to fix that. And then this was another entire process. Again, I wanted to show the softer sides of their relationship, but I also wanted to show the more toxic, dark side of it. So there was a lot of editing that I did on this drawing to make it look even warmer, which also was a whole lot freaking process. But I wanted to add, I ended up kind of making a little like animation or like glitch thing where I wanted to cover them in blood, which I feel like this entire video is just me being like, yeah, I usually do. I've said this again before on my channel, but I'm obsessed with drawing blood. I don't know why. But I wanted to do like blood on both of them and show the darker aspects of them, and I like the idea of both of them having the teeth marks in their skin of them feeding on each other, because that's like in the interview with the vampire world, blood like drinking on each other is a very intimate act, so I wanted to incorporate that into this, and I really like how it turned out on both of them, and it was so much fun. I just had so much fun with this. I was so happy with, and it was actually for a while there. When I was working on it, I was unhappy with it, but it was like an entire process, and I ended up really happy with it. And I really like, again, their eyes specifically feel very out of my art style. I don't know if it's like, I think it might have been just, I don't know. I just really like how they look through the eyes, and I'm really happy also with Lestat's mouth, his smiling mouth face. I really like how that looked, how that turned out. Originally too, I was gonna make their eyes completely red, but instead I added like some red highlight around them because I also make the background red, so it really pops, which I'm really happy with. Because also whenever they do like get into like, when they're like hungry for blood, or if they've eaten or drinking blood, they tend to have very red eyes and bloodshot eyes, which I kind of wanted to incorporate. And I don't know, I'm really happy with both of their faces, but I feel like I really got the manic Lestat face. Like, he looks insane. He looks crazy. He has that manic look in his eyes, which I'm really happy with. And another like little fun detail I added too with like just those little background hearts. In the more dark version, I make them a lot more like, as you can see, like sketched and like crazy looking. So yeah, and as you can see, also I incorporated that weird like digital look, which I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. It's fine. It took me embarrassing long amounts I don't want to talk about. But yeah, I'm so happy with how this turned out. I thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope everyone has an amazing Pride Month and continues to have a good time. I have a new video planned next week also, so stay tuned and bye.